So let me see how quick I can do my TED Talk experiment, right? Imagine a TED Talk from someone that awakened in this matrix, and I'm trying to keep it super simple and keep it simple spiritual. K.I.S.S. So keep it spiritually simple. KISS. All right, here we go. So for one, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. All right, now let's talk about that E. And that experience is a long range, right? So you're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, and the idea is to try to find a balance in that experience. And we're all going to go up and down this in the game of life, right? It's going to be ups and downs, but the idea is to try to find the middle way, trying to find a balance between the positive, the negative, the good, and the evil, right? And then you can make that the devil, or you can make that God, right? So that's the E. So we're going to put the E right here because it's all about experience. And if I keep this E and just erase a little bit, if I can get my eraser to work, a little bit off of it, that's the F. And the F stands for fractal. And this is a fractal experience because it's all about patterns. That's what a fractal is, a pattern on a pattern on a pattern. And this life is built on patterns on patterns on patterns. To be able to see through the illusion is to see through the patterns. Just like Neo seeing through the matrix, you see all those patterns of symbols to see what those actually mean and see through them. A lot of people don't see through all of the patterns that are put in front of us, the patterns of left and right and of good and evil, anything that is going to pretty much divide us. We have to realize that there is a center point, the middle way, but it's a fractal. That's where fractals come in. So that's the F in life, right? And then the big part is the I, the interactive, because you're interacting with this fractal in this experience, right? That's what you're doing. You're I. You ever heard people say, well, I can't live with myself, or I can't do this with myself? There's a difference between the I and yourself. We kind of know this with language, but we don't really focus on the I and realize what that is. A lot of us kind of externalize this into this fractal experience, but we don't really go internal. That's the spiritual nature, to go internal, to realize who or what is this I that's experiencing all of this. Because within this experience, it's a whole lot of division to keep us fighting, and this person's fighting that person, and now there's even potential of nuclear war, right? And civil war and all of this stuff. But it's all in this experience, and it boils down to the I. That's why the spiritual journey is important, to realize who this I is. And then you realize that this left and right person and this positive and negative person are all part of the same thing, right? That I that is you is the same I that is them. When you realize that, maybe you'll look at them differently and treat them differently, right? That's part of the experiment that we'll see once we begin to become more conscious. So that's the I. And the last part is light. So light, interactive, fractal experience, because this matrix is built on light, right? When you boil down this energy and this vibration that we're all experiencing that seems physical, it's all very slowed down light, right? So when God said, let there be light, that's what happened, right? So that light is at the basis of all this. So light, interactive, fractal experience, that's what we got going on right now. And we are the light beings that are experiencing this slowed down light. And everything that you see is basically slowed down light if you believe in string theory and all of that good stuff. So if I were to keep it spiritually simple, we are light beings having a light, interactive, fractal experience. And it's just like the sun only makes sun rays, God only makes angels, and we are these light beings experiencing this. The idea in this matrix is to keep us divided and separated so we don't realize this part of ourselves, and we propagate the entities that want to control versus the ones that want to liberate. And that's how I would keep it spiritually simple.